Welcome back to another edition of Dealer to Dealer. I'm Tom Ayers from Breckenridge, Colorado. You may know me from past Ford dealer advertising seminars here in the UK. With me today is Mick Filmer. We form Ayers, Filmer and Associates.
For the past 15 years, I've worked with dealers throughout the UK. Between us, Tom and I have 34 years dealer advertising experience. That amounts to some 10,000 dealer ads. But we're both agreed on one thing, and that is that dealer advertising must drive showroom traffic.
Now let us reaffirm what makes a good ad good. The overall tone of your advertisement should be calm, professional, reassuring, constructive, honest. You should be listening to your customer. Come with a clear proposition with a call to action. Do you communicate value for the money, price and product benefits? Do you have a clear and neat border to your ad? The Ford identity. You should use it well. The latest FDAA logo. Consistent dealer identity. Good guide to the consumer like a map, your telephone number, your opening hours. A high-quality illustration. You can get this from Crown Graphics, 77 Leonard Street, London, EC2A4QS. Their phone number is 0171-739-7977. Please do not use embarrassing or indecent humor, cliches, or cartoons. Make sure all of your ads are legal and, if necessary, approved by trading standards in your DAR. If any of this sounds familiar to you, why not gather your staff and together rate your advertising and determine which elements need help?
To help you rate your advertising more effectively, Tom and I have developed the 5-minute ad plan. Spend 1 minute in each of the following areas and score yourself 1 to 10 in each. Impact. Does the ad command attention? Customer benefits. Are they clear? Layout. Is it easy to read and understand? Call to action. What do you want the reader to do? Branding. Is it the right image? Now let's take an existing dealer ad and check its effectiveness point for point using the Ayers Filmer 5-minute ad test. We can then rebuild the ad using this test to see how maximum effectiveness can be achieved. We've given this ad a high score of 9 for impact. The headline and graphics are prominent and the border is strong. It does stand out from the page. It scores 8 for benefits with clear product price points and a strong 0% finance message. But look at the donut style 0%. It is actually very difficult to read. We've awarded the ad 6 out of 10 for layout because although there is logic and order, this is spoiled by too much clutter. Some elements do nothing for the ad. Look at these lines for instance. The call to action is not as strong as it could be. The P-Reg message could say more and could be more informative in the space available. It scores 6 here. Finally, although product illustrations are displayed well and Ford logos are used, but not in accordance with Ford's guidelines, better branding and image could have been achieved with a cleaner, less cluttered presentation. The ad scores 7 for branding. So this is an ad which is basically sound, but let's now see how it can be designed to perform more effectively. You can see that impact is greater because the contrast between black and white has been enhanced. Now look at the benefits. You can read them as soon as you see the ad, and that's the whole point. Notice how much calmer the layout is. It's more honest that way. There's a logical sequence. It's easier to follow and understand. You can also see how much more effective the call to action now is. It says more. And finally, branding. The ad is now crowned confidently by the Ford oval. Notice how much better it works with the correct amount of white space around it. Look out for more examples like this in the new dealer-to-dealer binder, which will be sent to you soon.
Now let's take a look at some ads that have been run in and around the UK. We've changed the names to protect the innocent and, of course, the not-so-innocent. This first one is interesting in that it all kind of blends together. You notice this especially in the center part? It's because we're dealing all with capital letters. You can take this ad and you can place it this way, and it doesn't look any different than when you have it this way. This ad, we're not sure of this. Is this our schizophrenic ad? Is it a new car ad? Is it a used car ad? We're not sure. We've got all this stuff floating around. It doesn't make any sense.
And you've got all the benefits when they do come to it all clustered together there, and it doesn't really make any kind of connection with the rest of the ad. It's difficult to see what they're trying to say to you.
This next one is interesting that it has a lot of impact to it, but we have one problem with it.
Yeah, the problem there is that you've got to be very careful about the way you use the word free. Is that free conditional? Do you have to buy something? It needs to be qualified, and you have to be careful about how you use this. But as you say, the impact is good.
This next one is particularly good for a smaller ad. It's real clear, it's concise, it's a picture in it. People do like to look at pictures when they read the paper.
This ad is also consistent with tiers 1 and 2, which helps the dealer at the end of the day to do a more effective job.
I think this one was one of the better ones we've seen, actually. All this for less than $125 a month, real clear. Look at where the spotlight is. The spotlight's on the car.
You'll see the image is very good, generally speaking. There's a border to hold it away from other advertising, and the impact is good because of the big area of black.
This one is difficult because you have a hard time reading what the headline is. It's blended too many things together.
Yeah, it's got everything going on at the same time, and actually when you do get to read the thing, it's very, very difficult to see what the message is when you have worked that out.
And it's difficult to even tell that it's a Ford ad. There's no logo. This one is really good. I like this one for a lot of reasons. Number one, the type of event it was. It's actually an event, the ride and drive. It's at a football ground. The call to action is very good. It's being held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And the important thing about this, with no price whatsoever, it got 57 people to take test drives.
And you can see why it was effective. There's a lot going on there, but it is well laid out. There's a story people are going to be interested in getting into.
Now, here's the deal. If your ad makes it into the printed dealer-to-dealer as a good ad through your zone manager, your dealership will receive £1,000 in advertising co-op funding direct from Ford. Let's look at some additional print ads. Move up to Mondeo. You would go one better with that. We're setting it up, trying to move it up to the next generation, the next edition. The other thing I'd like to point out is on the bottom you'll see the Ford Direct. Or move up to Ford Direct. We can do that in the bottom of the ads too, and that'll make a lot of sense to you. 10-day options to save. Wow, what an exciting program. Options has really been successful in the UK just in general, and we've got all the good stuff in there with the Fiesta showing. It's a terrific ad. The race is on. This is a fun one to tie in. This ties in perfectly in the sports section of the newspaper. It can make a real good idea with 6 days and 6 ways to save. You can see that most all of these ads are event-oriented, trying to draw you traffic in the shortest possible period of time. The 72-hour Bank on Savings. For your last bank holiday, maybe in the month of August, this is just what you need to make that weekend happen for you. A couple of other things that we want to talk about are things like pick a payment, pick a car. This is really versatile because we have many choices for the customer to go through. Pick your own choices of what you think is best for your marketplace on the best inventory you can possibly use. From the John Gross Ford Center here in Ipswich, we'd like to thank you for joining us for this, another edition of Ford's Dealer to Dealer. On behalf of Mick Filmer and myself, good luck and good selling over the next few months.